Sorry, I'm getting so many political calls about the election. It is constant. It's crazy. So, Mars and Leo will most definitely guide you into a much more worthy space internally and externally. But the Six of Cups and the Eight of Cups, it acknowledges that there is some work to do to get to that place. And to sustain that worthy space that you're entering, sustain that worthy energy. And these cards, even all the cards on the table almost, are so, they're aggressive even, right? This is Mars energy. It's movement, it's heat, it's light. This isn't something to process, it's something to do. It's not something to feel, it's something to become. So the Six of Cups and the Eight of Cups to me is saying a lot about your natural ability to bond and to hold on to bonds. And what it's saying is, feels like a question and a demand. The question is, can you have these bonds in your life, and can they be as important to you as you need them to be, as you expect them to be, as you prefer for them to be? Can you have these bonds, Six of Cups, while becoming a version of yourself that you need? Forget everyone else, right? There's a version of you that you need. And so the Eight of Cups to me is a reimagining, it's a reworking, but it's not sweet. It's almost giving space between you and those bonds that are so important to you, that for many of you are the most foundational aspect of your life. But the Eight of Cups is a requirement. You can't go back, you can't turn back, you have to change, you have to change the way that you approach connection. Shift the way that you allow connection to dictate, at the minimum, how you feel about yourself and about your life. But Mars in Cancer has been all about your path, the path that you're taking in your life, what that path is and why it is. And the Eight of Cups says, you've allowed your connections to dictate how you feel and where you go. And maybe you needed that, right? Maybe you needed that support and love. And that's okay. Completely okay. Maybe they needed that support and love and connection from you. And that's completely okay. But now things are changing very, very quickly. And you have to adjust to your needs and to the needs of others. And the needs that are coming to light now, this is where that tension and that challenge comes into play, because these aren't emotional needs that people have now. You thrive in the emotion, you kill it. But now it's time to shift. That time has passed, at least for now. And people no longer need the feeling. I'll go even further to say they don't want it. What they want now is movement, action, and progress. The Queen of Cups is you. You know, it's that comfort with your own feelings and where you are today, how you feel right now, and your ability to work through all of those feelings. But there's also comfort that you can take in the fact that the people around you now have passed through Mars and Cancer, at least for now, and they will be just fine. You have nurtured them back to health. They have nurtured themselves back to health. Enough time has passed that has allowed them to move through the worst of their feelings and experiences, and now they're okay. The Queen of Cups is solid in the softest way. Complete even. Ready to receive and ready to support. We have reached that place collectively, thanks to Mars and Cancer. And for many of you, and thanks to you. And so this role and this opportunity for you, now that Mars has entered Leo, is one that you can choose to pursue, or it's one that you will be pushed into you. And I can tell you that some of you guys are already being pushed, and Mars hasn't even entered Leo yet. And so I would really recommend that you choose to shift your energy away from the role that you've been playing of being the nurturer and being the mother of all, and finding identity in that. Obviously, you will be needed, that doesn't go anywhere, but the energy of the moment is not to nurture and be nurtured. The energy of the moment is to move and to create and to become and to be strategic in your pursuits, to explore all of the potential opportunities and capitalize on all of them as they come to light, to get in the game, even to compete, whether that's athletically, in your career. There's an energy that needs to go somewhere intentionally. It needs to be directed to something, and that something is not your people. That something can no longer be about creating this safe space. And so that realization can be very shocking. And again, it can be why many of you may choose, right, or try to cling on to that safe space that you've been able to create. But that clinging only holds you back. It only slows you down. And it's time to align to the cycle. And it's so early that if you start now, you can be receptive to something pretty exciting. as the cards suggest, you're not enticed. You're fine. You're uninterested even in this journey. You can't even see it because of the feeling. And that's okay. You've got a lot of energy. You've got all of the Sagittarian energy, Mercury and Venus in Sagittarius. You're like, this is a little too much. This is a little too much. I'm good. This is a little too much heat. So if you want to give it a little time, Venus will enter Capricorn on November 11th. And at that point, you understand the assignment. You understand what you want out of this. What you want to do with this fire and this heat and this, energy. You decide at that point whether you want to pursue love, whether you want to call a bigger opportunity towards you, or whether you just want to feel cool in the world, a part of it all, without having to assert a repulsive and misplaced sense of self-worth that comes out of your voice and your actions. Mars in Leo is not overconfidence, it's joy and generosity. Spoken, acted upon. And that's pretty much it. Mars in Leo doesn't want from anyone. Just don't try to make them doubt their worthiness and anything about them. That is disrespect to Leo, because they would never display that doubt. So when Venus enters Capricorn, you're ready to work, you're ready to receive, you're ready to build. You have a lot to give, and you know how to get the support you need in a way that is progressive. So in the meantime, take the time to reflect on this shift emotionally away from the nurturing and the bonds that are naturally changing, and find the flow, be in flow with the changes happening within your connections that are necessary. Take the lead in initiating some of these changes. Don't wait for them to happen. You'll feel stronger, you'll feel more of a sense of direction and capable of moving through these changes and keeping everything steady. These don't have to be bad changes. They don't have to be, you don't have to be distraught. They don't have to be distraught. Things just need to change because you're going somewhere, and so is everybody else. And that means you got to get ready. You got to move differently. We weren't going anywhere. We were all home. Everyone is tired of being home, tired of feeling bad. So much so that they don't even want to talk about it anymore. They may not even care anymore. They know they fucked up. They know they messed up. They know They know. Everybody knows where their weaknesses have lied over the past, let's say, 3 months. And for the most part, they're fine with it. It's fine. Are they ready to do the intense work of fixing all of it? Not necessarily, but they're ready to work on something, and that means something. So don't slow down that work with the feeling, and don't slow down your own work with the feeling. Move. Build something solid and lasting and pleasant and comfortable and beautiful. Make money. You know, all of that feeling is slowing down your strategic mind. Look at feeling the feelings are halting you, slowing down your strategic mind, slowing down your ability to create opportunities for yourself or to capitalize on the opportunities right in front of you. But Mars and Leo, doesn't matter, it's pulling the opportunities to the forefront, whether you like it or not. And if they have to say, okay, hey, you don't want to put the feelings on hold, I'm going to put the feelings on hold because these opportunities need to be had. There needs to be balance here, restored, whether you're ready for it or not. Things will be right for you and everybody in your life, and you deserve it. It's amazing. It really is, even if it feels like you're being pushed out in front and maybe you weren't necessarily ready. Leo's not always ready, but they have to meet the moment. They have to put on a brave face, yeah? Even when things are confusing, even when they can't sort through their own emotions, they've gotta make it make sense. Even in the face of loss, they've gotta make it make sense, and they've got to move. Ideally not in the direction of chaos and destruction, but in the direction of luxury and vibes. Not in the direction of overspending and being superficial, but in the direction of shining a light on everything that sucks so that you can eradicate it and move toward everything that feels fulfilling. Your connections will find you when you make these adjustments, ideally by choice. When you make these very healthy adjustments, when you walk onto a path that is your choosing, walk down a path that is your choosing, your people will find you on that path. Love will find you on that path. Emotional security will find you on that path, and it will be it'll be right. It'll be stable. But most importantly, it'll be fun. It'll feel good. Don't rush. It's time to change direction. Even if you're being burned. Even if something has burned down.